So in regard to like what you were saying about deception, I think you've explained it well. I think that will allow people to understand where you're coming from, especially using the analogy of the bubble.
So hold on. Sorry to cut you. Deception, when I said it, is not a bad thing. I had someone on Snapchat say, Gabs, why are you snitching? I thought to myself, oh my God. If all of what you took from what I've said was snitch, then you're lost. I've told you, we live within deception. This is what we do. It is a normal thing. All I'm showing you is don't get lost in how you're deceiving somebody or deceiving yourself. Don't get lost in your own deception. Because when you get lost in your own deception, that's when you have a real problem. Know that you're deceiving. It's okay to deceive. Sometimes we need to. Not everybody wants to hear the ugly truth. Not everybody wants to face reality. Reality can be shit for some people. That's why you find a lot of people, they don't mind. Oh, God, yeah, you lot going on holiday. Yeah, let's all go together. Well, yeah, boom, boom, boom. Oh, you're going to pay. Because they know their reality is shit. But if they can live and be free and be happy for a couple of days on holiday with a group of guys, they will go. Because their reality is shit. It's no different from the average person going on holiday for 2 weeks. Okay, let's all go to Dubai. You know Dubai is not your reality. You know hiring that car is not your reality. You know when you have your champagne, yeah, it's all us. You know that's not your reality. But you want to live. Please. Sip it. Wine. Dance. Escape your reality as much as you can in that moment. Because come Monday, you're going to face back your reality. Or when you come back from that holiday, the kids are waiting for you, the job is waiting for you, the bills are waiting for you. Come on. To deceive ourselves is not a bad thing. We do need to. If we just live based on our truths alone, I reckon the suicide rate will be off the Richter scale. Because what's the point of living?
Okay.
The fuck?
Okay. I could see that aspect, but then I think the fact that people don't face their realities sooner is another issue.
Well, this is the part that I said to you.
So I feel like I hear what you're saying, but where do we find the balance of where you believe that, yeah, okay, let me just take myself on a holiday when I feel like my reality is shit, or let me buy this nice thing. Like, when do we break the chain of like just being slaves to things and moments?
Like I said to you before, it's a moment. Live and enjoy yourself in that moment. But come Monday, you have things to do. Your job come Monday, when you're back to your reality, is to figure out how you can make more moments. Because you know in the moment that you dressed up, in the moment you put it on, Gucci, Dior, chaps, Rolex, yeah, you were so happy. You want more of those happy moments, don't you? The only thing that prevents you from having those happy moments is your reality. So in your reality, your job is to work towards how you're going to change the 10% of moments to 20%, to 30%, to 40%, to 50%, to the point where your life is your ideal world. But if you are not prepared to face your realities, to help your reality find what you want, then you have a problem. Which is why I say it again, you do what you need to do in order to do what you want to do. When you do what you want to do before what you need, you keep on chasing. When you get the things that you need to do done, acquiring and doing the things you want become 10 times easier. But the problem is, it's easier for us to be disillusioned. It's easier for us to live within our illusion that in actual fact we're more than what we are. And it's fueled by the gas that we get given. So today, if they tell me GRM, Met Gala, you're coming, you're invited, boom. Oh, what other special events is there where you wear special suits? All these other special events. I was only invited for the moment. But you know, sometimes what happens with people is that moment makes you think that that's your whole life. And you forget what your reality is. I'm a mentor. To live in that lie is now what becomes destructive mentally. If I want to enjoy those moments more, I've got to do more in my reality, which is that I've got to restructure my reality. When we try to escape our reality by just living in our ideals, we're living a lie. And when we start to believe our lies, broski, that's when you're in trouble. Now, if you take me, for example, do you think all the bottles that was popped and all the clothes I was wearing and how I'm doing it was coming from me just doing, yeah, come on. You know who was funding them bottles. It weren't me. But I snapped it. I lived in the moment. All the hotels I've been to, I don't want to mention his name. That's cool. You think that was me? Eating steak and lobster and all this other shit? Drinking champagne? That's why I'll be snapping and simply drinking the champagne like I'm a bush boy. Because the reality is that I want you to know that as much as I'm here, this is not my reality. I'm just living in the moment. And I'm going to enjoy it as best as I can while I'm here. Okay. But then you'll see me go back to the block because that's my reality.
Okay, so don't you feel like there's a problem with that? Because fundamentally, and me and you have spoken about this, where I'll give you an example where people started wearing fake clothes and that started happening in the ends. Mm-hmm. And then there was guys like me that would go to the shop and take pride in buying it and da-da-da-da-da. And I feel like, don't get twisted, like it's no one's fault that I did that. But I feel like because of the images I saw, I thought this is the way we were doing it. But then I realized I was the fool doing it because the reality is no one was doing what I was doing at the time.
You're only the fool for doing it simply because you thought that could add value to you, not because other people were wearing fakes and you was wearing real. Yeah. The reality is that if we strip this thing back and we go to the biblical sense, the Bible, this is an Adam and Eve moment all over again. Before the apple, what do you know? Now you've bitten the apple, you feel like now you have to put your clothes on. I can't look like this. Broski, when we was coming up, this was not of value. But for some strange reason, we've now understood that we have no real value. But to add value to ourselves, we're going to wear Gucci, we're going to wear LV, we're going to wear all these things to make people believe that we're more than what we are. And what that does is it hides the fact that in actual fact, we are nobodies once we take these clothes off. Because what we don't want to do is we don't want to face our reality. What you want to do is you want to live in the idea or the ideal that people have of you. That ideal attracts more attention, it gets more girls, it gets more respect, and it gets people looking at you more. Because you've tasted what it's like to have it without it. But when we really, really look at this thing deep, the biggest flex that one person can have is actually the person itself. But when my flex becomes the clothes or the car that I drive, it diminishes who I am and my flex. Because my identity, what gives me value, is based on the things that I have and not actually who I am.
So what you're now saying, which I strongly agree with, and I believe that's something that we need to be clear about, that the reality is all these things that and experiences that we've had doesn't actually add value to who you are.
It adds value to people's perception of you. But to who you are, in actual fact, it's killing you. Because what you do is, because you bought an £800 jumper, you make yourself believe that you're an £800 jumper. Broski, it's just a jumper. Once you take the jumper off, you're back to Loso.
Loso doesn't wear £800
Loso doesn't wear
But we get it. We understand it.
But in that moment, you are who wears £800 jumpers. In that moment, you are sexy Belinda or Brenda who rocks this and looks like this. But really, away from those things, who are you? So imagine you need those things to enhance who you are. And the problem that I have with females and makeup is not so much the makeup, it's the fact that you believe you need makeup to enhance your beauty. That's when I sit there and think, fuck that. I don't like girls with makeup.
Elaborate.
You
more.
was beautiful without the makeup. You needed makeup to enhance your beauty. So only when you wear the makeup, you think you're beautiful. Only when you wear the waist trainer, you think your body's amazing. You have stretch marks and cellulite. You are not sexy. Why?
Do you believe that's affected how you've been with women now because of that? Because you're aware that you've probably dealt with women that lack self-esteem and they feel a way about this and they feel like when they see you, they need to put on this. What do you do?
Do you know the beautiful thing about that? I like the way you just said that.
Oh, let me ask the question. What do you do to stop that? Like, or
I don't
cut
do
it
nothing
down?
to stop it.
And do you feel now because you don't do anything to stop it, are you part of the problem?
I don't do nothing to stop it. I don't do nothing to change it. But everyone knows who knows me. Gabs might be wearing something that costs 2,700. But Gabs didn't pay 2,700 for that thing. If you know Gabs, you know Gabs did not pay that. However he got it, he got it. But Gabs didn't pay that. I could have the Rolex, I could have the chain. There could be 100 grand on my Snapchat. You've seen it. I don't need to lie. When you see me, I'm still asking you for a fiver. I'm still asking for a pound coin. Gabs is Gabs. The money never made me. The money won't break me. If I lose myself, I am finished in this world. I can have the best car in the world. Gabs will still be Gabs. He's going to joke. He's going to laugh. He's going to be silly. Do you know what? He's just an average guy. He's just a cool guy. Anyone that's been around me knows that. I've never once, even when we go out and the bottles come, and this used to happen a lot, I say who, don't matter who. I know I didn't pay for these drinks. And I like to make it clear to all the females, all the time, and all the guys. Listen, I didn't pay for it. I'm just lucky to be a part of the people that. So what would happen is when guys come up to me, they won't ask certain guys for a drink, but you always ask Gabs for a drink. Because Gabs ain't gonna tell you nah. For me to say nah, it's wrong. What the fuck would I say? But obviously I know the people that I'm with, they're like, bro, why are you giving on a drink? I'll be like, hey, shh. Because for me, so long as we all have a drink, hey yo, what do I care?
Be like that. You be like that sometimes.
Because if you don't want to say it for your own pride and your own insecurities and your own, I'm gonna say it. Them man paid, you know. Man just came. Don't ask me how they paid. If you say beef, yeah, Gabs kicked it off. I was on it. But pay. Hey yo, I ain't do that.